And good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Neely FX. My name is Michael Neely, and this is the channel where I talk about foreign exchange trading, and the like. And pardon me, and hopefully making money doing all those things, and prop firm trading. We can't forget that. So let's go ahead and get into some stuff right now. So since the next thing we're going to talk about, since we're talking about real trades and stuff like that and real markets, we're going to talk about the risk disclaimer screen. So this is this is what we've got. I live in the United States, so I need to say this by law. First, this channel is for educational and entertainment purposes only and does not constitute trading or financial advice. Oh, and Henry, the Forex trading parakeet's going to join me too. I'm a professional trader, not a broker, trading my own capital. I do not solicit funds, manage client accounts, nor do I hold CFTC or NFA registration. Forex trading is highly speculative with a high risk of losing some or all of your investment capital. Only trade with funds you can comfortably afford to lose. And the CFTC risk disclosure goes like this. Forex trading carries a high degree of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. The high degree of leverage can work against you as well as for you. And before you trading Forex, carefully consider your investment objectives, experience, and risk appetite. You could sustain a loss of some or all of your investment capital, and that is undesirable. We don't want to do that. So let's go into this, and this is where I stand on the prop trading challenge so far, is that I am up $100. I'm sitting on the sidelines right now. All my positions are closed. That gold position closed out right at 217.71 up on the market, up on the open this evening, and it went up. So made about 750 on that, and that covered the loss that I had previously, so I'm up about $100 on that. Needs to be up around 3,000, so we're going to work on that for tomorrow. So with that being said, let's get into what we're talking about here. That's not what we want to see. We want to see this. This is the DXY. This is where we're standing right now at the dollar index, and it is sitting comfortably right out 99.43, right at a very strong level of support. So it's not might come down to here a little bit, but then bounce back up again. So we're looking at possibly a strong dollar week. Bouncing off of this, but first it's got to bounce. We need to see a blue candle over here before that happens. Dollar versus but all my lines are holding, and I'm holding on to not changing any lines on the DXY. Here is the euro versus the dollar, and it is has gone sideways again right here. So we're looking at between 116.46 and between 115.14 right now. It's right there in the middle at no man's land. I'm not touching it until it gets either to this extreme or to this extreme, and then we'll try to do a little range trading on that. Dollar versus the yen, right here, 155.78. It is not going up. It is going down. This is kind of unwinding the carry trade a little bit. I mean, it needs to come down to about 120 to completely unwind the carry trade, but it's so we've got a long way to go to unwind the carry trade. But we may have some pressure on the BOJ, maybe considering to raise interest rates, possibly. Still looking for the BOJ to raise interest rates because it's they're going to have to at some point. So they just can't run what they're doing right now and make it work with a 243% GDP to debt ratio. That house of cards is going to fall apart at some point. However, I don't think it's going to be right now, but long term, possibly. Pound versus the yen seems to be topping out right there at about 132.37, which might be a good place to start considering. I don't know, considering something. This isn't a whole lot of range to do much of anything with, so I'm going to be staying out of that for now. Pound versus the yen is also starting to come down a little bit. Let's see if that can overcome Friday's open or Friday's low of 206.17. Then 206 will be coming into play, and we'll be staring at whether or not this is the monthly. Our monthly resistance trend line, which has been broken, but not by much. We'll see if it's going to come down and become a support line after that. Henry's screeching in my ears, so maybe that's what he's saying. CAD versus dollar versus the CAD. It's all over the place as usual. It's down around 139.78, so this might be a good time to pick up a bounce on that. And again, we don't have a whole lot of proof right now that there's going to be a strong dollar week, but we will certainly keep our eyes peeled for that. CAD versus the yen. Oil supporting the oil market. The oil market's not is going up, just a hair, but not enough to really trigger anything on the Forex market side. We're looking at a possible intervention from Japan at some point. I'm already hearing people talking about intervention. I think we're way too early on that because it's just not the same trend we had in 2022 when American inflation was going through the roof and was sharply devaluing the yen and overvaluing the dollar. We don't have that same scenario right now. Could in the future. We'll see what happens with that. Aussie versus the dollar, not a whole lot going on there either. It's just kind of quietly the open. Now remember, the Japanese market, the Tokyo market doesn't open for another 40 minutes, and I will not be trading it tonight. It's just I've got to get up and go to work in the morning, go to my day job. So we're not. Wait, you still have the day job. That's how I'm able to keep all this going. So with that, we're going to go down to gold now. So gold's doing, and gold is that's the trade I got out of. Not really off to the races today. It's sitting right at the November monthly close right now. Could go off higher, but then again, the Tokyo market has not opened yet. Silver, look at that, doing a little pullback off the high, week high at 57 something, 57.34. It's a pretty good little run on that. So 57.34 is the all-time high. This is where right now on this candle. We'll see if that continues in the overnight and into the New York session in the morning. In the meantime, we don't see it terribly overvalued here. According to RSI, RSI is sitting at 72. Certainly not this overvalued section right here where it was at 85. So, and the daily average is nowhere near 70. So I would definitely get into that, or the 14-month average, 14 period average on that, on the RSI. Still, looks like we could have some trade in silver. If not, I'm going to be setting on all of my silver. Certainly not selling anything right now. So you guys have a great one. That's all I got for tonight. We'll see what happens when the New York market opens. I'm going to hold all the resistance lines and the trend lines for right now because they're not really changing that much. It's nothing's really being affected. Trend lines that have been blown out, of resistance trend lines that have been that are no longer valid as resistance trend lines have turned into support trend lines. So it would be kind of silly for me to take this out. So right now, that's all I got for right now. You guys have a great one. I'll see you in the morning, and we'll see what's changed in the overnight. We do have oh yeah, I forgot to talk about what potential news coming up this week. It could change how things are trading. First, BOJ Wada speaks. BOJ Governor Wada speaks tonight at 8:05. That's in 35 minutes. So we'll see what he's going to say. He could send a lot of shockwaves through the DXY. Pardon me, not the DXY, the dollar versus the yen, and all of them. Pound versus the yen. I may want to get underneath those for that, especially the pound versus the yen. I think it's most volatile, or has the most possibility of maybe coming around 149, 1 or 205.90. But then again, if it bounces on you, it's a hard lesson to learn. ISI manufacturing, and I've tried to play that before, and it did not work out well. So we're not going to do that. Now that I think about it, let's see. ISM manufacturing for the U.S. coming out tomorrow morning as well. Tuesday the 2nd, we have, not to mention 3 to 6 inches of snow coming where I live. So that'll be interesting. We also have Australian GDP, which is not related to the 3 to 6 inches of snow coming. Then European flash CPI estimates. Be good to see what kind of inflation they're dealing with. ADP non-farm employment change. It's just the first week of December, so we're coming up. So we usually have NFPs this week. We do not this week, probably because they're trying to catch up on everything at the Bureau of Labor Statistics now that Politicians have decided to turn their government back on. Let's see, ISM services for the United States, PMI, the Purchasing Managers Index. We'll see if their services purchasing managers are still buying stuff. Down here, we've got the USD unemployment claims. That's not really been a thing since, well, we'll see when it's been a thing. 2025 went to 2060, and then if we go down even further, we'll come back down here to when 2022. There we go. Now we're talking. 6 million jobs lost during April of 2022. Or those are the unemployment claims during March and April of 2020, rather, the days of COVID. We haven't seen anything like that since. So, thank goodness, that was a mess. So we'll close that out. And what else is going on? Friday we have Core PCE. Nice. We've got the Fed's favorite measure of inflation coming as well, and then at the same time, preliminary consumer sentiment report and inflation expectations. So we'll have the numbers and then the expectations coming out. And then let's see what we're staring at for FedWatch. It's right here, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange's contract on what the on probability of rate hikes and stuff. Rate hikes, rate cuts, rate nothings. Looks like we're at an 80% chance of a rate cut in the United States. So we could see some more coming down off of the dollar versus the yen, which is one of my favorite things to trade, and boosting the euro versus the yen. So we'll see how that all pans out. We could see the euro versus the yen up to 2022, up to $1.22, $1.22 coming soon. So we'll see what happens about that. In the meantime, now that's all I've got. You guys have a great one, and if you like this channel, then be sure to like the channel. Be sure to click the thumbs up button, and then if you want to have got any comments, and by all means, feel free to comment, and I will get to it as soon as I can. And also, if you want to find out when I'm putting out more videos, subscribe to the channel, and you'll get little reminders of when I send out videos like this. Not to mention the fun things that my fiance and I do together when we're not in the office on the weekends, and with little shorts for that. So you guys have a great one. I will talk to you later. Bye.